to bring me consolation. I hum your favorite song. I only hope you're happy, although you left me blue. For sentimental reasons, I'm still in love with you.
Saltbrook Channel is a critical strategic point in east-central Siva that acts as a gateway for the water route into the rest of the continent. This report from Day 49, Dr. Ponsonby takes us through warden action to hold and secure the city.
Saltbrook Channel, Endless Shore, Day 49, 1000 hours. After fighting off the colonial presence, warden forces have managed to secure and fortify the entirety of Saltbrook Channel proper. Came across Second Lieutenant Seeker of the Warden Navy on the Channel crossing, who was busy erecting shipping containers as an impromptu wall channel side. How intense has the action been here in Saltbrook?
Saltbrook, not right now, not really. It used to be really tense when before we took it, tried to circle that city. But from what I but from what I hear right now, there is a lot of action going south from here. The battlefield.
And how confident are you that you'll be able to hold the town?
I'm certain that we will hold it. We are fortifying it properly. You can see on the eastern bridge, it is really fortified.
Crossing into the southern end of the city, a bustle of infantry and armored cars pack the streets. The outgoing traffic, another wave of defenders ready
This is
or not
great,
to
man.
hit the front. The incoming wave, combat engineers looking for supplies and wounded looking for mercy.
Alright, boys, this way. Follow us directly. Follow.
All the way, chaps. Stay behind the armored vehicle.
Plenty of warden armored cars out in the field. A dozen, 2 dozen warden infantry here. We are on the southern edge.
There's one enemy right here.
The southern entrance into Saltbrook Channel, the southern half of the town.
Is that gas? Oh, fuck. I didn't even realize.
That's no gas, that's just a grenade.
Oh.
That's another grenade.
Oh, no.
At the southern end of the city, the battle rages on. The colonial position is less than 100 meters away south of the Warden Line, which itself has been fortified with several layers of sandbags, foxholes, and light pillboxes. I spoke with First Warrant Officer Pizza Pie of the 128th Artillery Regiment, who is busy with battlefield construction, about the current situation and the Warden retreat from Weathered Landing south of our current position. Tell me, do you think you'll be able to hold this line of defenses on the southern edge of town?
Very likely so. Even if we were pushed back a few hours ago from whatchamacallit land again? Weathered Landing.
Weathered Landing, south, about 100 meters south of here, yes.
Other than that, well, you could say, I don't know, probably divert resources from Woodbine since being already well themselves. I don't know why they're kind of clamoring for.
How long have you been fortifying the position here, the southern line?
Since Weathered Landing started to fall, you could say. Not fall, but more like cripple.
Right. And how long ago was that?
Like an hour ago. Maybe
About an hour ago. With the colonial howitzer firing awfully close to our position throughout our conversation, I finally pointed out the obvious. Whose howitzers are that? Is that Warden or Colonial?
That would be colonial. There's no warden ones currently.
But he didn't seem to mind.
They're not really skilled with those things. They're scattering, they're fighting infantry instead of the ACs that are much more of a threat than anything else, but
But as more fall victim to the blasts and the dwindling of supplies at the very front, subdued panic begins to fester, which makes its way up to Saltbrook when some men rotate back up the line.
How is it? I just came here.
To the south. Very intense.
Okay, let's get going. Rock. Move! Yeah, boy.
In an attempt to bolster that defense, that urgency sweeps Saltbrook, inadvertently calling a wave of Sievish infantry and armored cars to the south. Staff Sergeant Jack 27, I'm Dr. Ponsonby of the press corps. How successful do you think this assault will be on the southern colonial position?
Pretty amazing. I've stickied 3 armored cars so far. It only cost me about 6 lives.
Do you think you'll be able to outmaneuver that howitzer that's been firing on the line?
I don't think they're well supplied. They've only been shooting once every 5 minutes. It's been pretty on and off.
The barrage once every 5 minutes, I see. Have you encountered any... So you said you've encountered colonial armored cars, and you've destroyed multiple of them?
Yes, we've destroyed at least 2, maybe wounded 1. I'm not sure if it got away or not.
I see. Where was your current estimate of the colonial position here? The south in that passageway, east-west?
When I first got on, they were all the way up to the wall in Saltbrook, and we pushed them back this far.
The wall? Are you talking about the river, or which wall where?
Yeah, the little ramp back there.
Oh, I see. Yes, the entrance to the southern half of the town. I see.
Yep, gotcha.
Okay, well, very much. Thank you so much for your time. We'll continue to cover it. Like a critical mass, over 30 troops and at least 3 armored cars charge out of Saltbrook, break through no man's land, and overrun the colonial position at Weathered Landing, destroying an encampment as well as capturing the howitzer and multiple logistics vehicles. Staff Sergeant Kais, Dr. Ponsonby of the press corps. I'm assuming you stole this crane.
Yes, it was just down the road.
And was it already unlocked?
Yes, they didn't bother locking it. It was just there for me.
With the immediate threat to Saltbrook so profoundly eliminated, the wardens decide to keep going, eventually taking out 2 more colonial outposts further south by southwest of Weathered. Sergeant Montford, Dr. Ponsonby of the press corps, how would you describe the current action so far and the action you've seen?
It's quite crazy, dude. It's quite crazy. Finish it. We're taking heavy losses, but we're pushing slowly but surely. It's a costly effort.
The 3rd colonial outpost has been destroyed. This one on the bridge, mouth of the bridge leading from the creek. With the wardens gaining so much territory, it becomes apparent the logistics cannot bring up the line fast enough to hold it all.
I don't think we can sustain it, no, to be honest with you. One serious push by the collies and we'll get pushed right back.
Copy that, mate. You're gonna have to hold this position.
Honest opinion.
But with the buffer zone around Saltbrook established, the colonials will be hard-pressed to threaten the city of Salt anytime soon. For the press corps, this is Dr. Oliver Brolin Ponsonby, Esquire.